Satnam. If the second pile or this owl spoke to you, then maybe there's a message here for you. As always, take what resonates, and you are your best teacher. Owl speaks to wisdom and transcendence. So looking from above at the bigger picture, I feel like you're already there and you already know this. And I don't even feel like there's that this would be more of a confirmation for you than anything. Let's see. 7 of Pentacles. So the heart work that you've put in is paying off. So those seeds that you've planted, getting the sense of generosity, a lot of movement, whatever that means for you. So maybe energetic movement or otherwise. And getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. And that's interesting because she's holding jewelry, and she's holding it up, and she's got this sense of exposure. Now she's open and free here. And necklaces, you could think of that as part of your truth revealed. I'm not sure what's going on here. Revealing, I'll take that. So taking your time to have those conversations, to dig in deep now, and knowing that even so that vulnerability can be awkward, but it could also just you're planting seeds for your future. And when you know. Look at that. Just got one look of whatever, and kind of both have that look. Like, that's interesting. Anything else? Oh, that jumped out. That was kind of fun. I don't know if you saw that. So, Queen of Swords, communicating truth and wisdom, and from a grounded place. I don't know why 2 of Cups is coming to mind. That would be, a partnership that has both parties have emotion in the connection. It feels very stable. Enlightened, perhaps. King of Pentacles. So material versus communication. This could be your balanced energies here, that you're grounded in the physical plane, and so then you're in a good place to communicate with someone else, and your truth is coming through in that way. This is very clear, concise. Unraveling. And looking forward to the future. This is interesting too, the way that they're set up, and I mean, it just happens the way I set them that way, that in the outer plane there's this one mass that the one side of their cells are looking away, but then another part are looking in. So perhaps communication on another level is also happening here. Whether this is dream space or otherwise. Perhaps you can read into this individual. There's no hiding. or maybe there's something to read up on. And read these court cards. You'll know in an instant, if you haven't met this person, when you start to communicate, you'll know in an instant there's something underneath that you'll feel and know, and to trust that that inner guidance. And it's, that happening on two levels is, I want to say, a delightful challenge. I don't have any other words for it, because it's just like trusting your gut when you're like, let's say you're going on a business venture, you have this creative idea, and you're just trusting your inner resources to go for it. And you when it comes to another human being, a connection, our emotions are involved in a different way, right? When you're an entrepreneur, it feels like there's a lot of resources out there to help you, and there are naysayers out there to be like, that's not going to work. And that can happen too with relationships. And so you really trusting your intuition, how seeing within and above. So really trusting that space within yourself, and not seeking that validation on an external level, because those naysayers can kind of knock you off and out of alignment if you take it to heart. But continue to balance your own energies, and be aware of what you're receiving. And part of this path of working with divination is knowing what energies are yours and what's not. When you're an empath and you I used to feel like I was like a sponge, and I just like soaked up to other people's energies. I didn't quite understand it at the time for a long time. But the more like self-work I do, the more that I sit still, the more that when something comes in that moment, I can recognize, oh, that's not my thought. That's not me. Sitting here with cards is a little bit easier because I'm opening myself up and paying attention to details as best I can. Human. So it's a little different than kind of like going to the grocery store or going through your shopping list or something, especially with today's world, all roles in the store. It might be a little bit more challenging. So taking that time to keep going within, keep taking that time to take care of yourself. And I'm not saying keeping things a secret. That's not healthy, but I'm just saying to be mindful that it's you who knows, and kind of only you that knows what's going on here, and trusting that space. Okay. Investigate. So dive into yourself. I'm feeling a lot around my neck too, through the throat chakra. So a lot of truth there. They're just sit there, not bothered by the fact that he's got his sword in his hand. So if there's some sort of mask or front being put up towards you, letting your inner resources tell you what's true and what's not. And be aware, sometimes we just put up one part of ourselves, and we don't always expose our own truth to even ourselves, but much less to another. Integrity, maintain your integrity. Yeah, I'm feeling like this is more like your inner balance and your ability just to remain grounded and see, well, it could be read as a partnership. I'm seeing that. you know, it's interesting that like nothing feels like it wants to come out for advice for you. There you go. The future is as bright as you dare to shine. So the deeper you go within yourself, the more that you allow yourself to be vulnerable, you make room for someone else to do the same. And through that looking glass, you know, are you paying attention to the details of you? Are you paying so much attention to both yourself and how Spirit Divine is working with you, but also really reading between the lines of the person that you're communicating with and how that's happening in with your body. Sometimes I don't know if I don't know. Sometimes in the past, I haven't paid attention to red flags. So like my embodied response versus the head response are different. So taking that time to use your wisdom there. But really I kind of feel like it's the more work that you do here, the more that you're going to illuminate for your future and the connection that you want for yourself and that you well deserve. Do hope this serves. It's in your hands. Set now.